This is a WWN Publishing Group recording. Copyright 2016, all rights reserved. This is an abridged version of Killmore by Martha Sweeney to make the story appropriate for all listeners. If you want to read the complete story, you can find the ebook or paperback online. Links are provided in the description below. Killmore, Book 1 of the 2-book series. Read to you by the author. Chapter 17, Aiden. I'm headed to the cafe to see Trudy, hoping to ask a few questions about Laurie that might help me get to know her better. Becky wasn't able to give Paul and me clearance on Laurie's file, but she was able to fill us in on a few small things when we returned from meeting Laurie. I really don't want to involve the director. The agency isn't friendly when you get in their way. "Can I ask you something?" Trudy says after answering my last question. "Sure," I return. "Why do you want to know so much about Laurie?" She seems like a cool person and you're thinking she might go out with you on a date if you ask?" Trudy speculates. "What? No," I object. Shit, here goes nothing with the start of lies. "No, well, you see," I begin, wringing my hand on the back of my neck. "It's complicated." "What's complicated with asking a woman out?" Trudy checks. "She's hot, right?" "Yeah," I reply a little too quickly. "You like her, right?" "Yeah," I agree, which is the truth. "Well, what's the problem?" "I'm the reason why she won't date anyone," I mention, as the start of our fake story. You're the one who broke her heart to make her hate all men?" Trudy gasps. "Yeah," I sigh, wincing. "That's why she was extra weird around you too," she states. "Yeah," I huff. "I should kill you for that," Trudy says, narrowing her eyes. "Like I said," I try to defend, "it's complicated." "I'm listening," she says, crossing her arms. I take a deep breath in and just let my mouth start saying whatever comes to mind and start sharing some of the stuff Paul and I had conjured up as the backstory. I'm ex-military. I ended up being called in for a mission, a special ops mission. I couldn't say no to it, not with what was involved. So I broke things off because I didn't want her to just wait around. We didn't know how long the mission would take, and I didn't want her to get the call one day that I might have been killed in the line of duty, you know? So yeah, I broke things off and broke her heart in the process. "Why now?" "Why now what?" I ask. "Why do you suddenly want to be back in her life? Did you follow her here?" Trudy pries. "No," I answer. "Dad is retired and we moved here to get away. I didn't know she lived here until you introduced us to her as the owner. I didn't recognize her at first because of the sunglasses and how much shorter her hair is." Trudy regards me for several long seconds. "You never stopped loving her, did you?" "No," I lie. "Did you ever try to talk to her at some point?" Trudy inquires. By the time I returned, and my head wasn't so messed up, she was gone, I fib. "All right," Trudy states, but then remains quiet. "All right? All right what?" I check. "All right, I'll help you," she comments. "But if I find out that you're lying about anything, I'll kill you myself. I have a gun, and I know how to use it." "Yes, ma'am," I return. "Stop calling me ma'am," she directs. "It's Trudy." "Sorry, Trudy," I laugh. "You better get out of here," she says oddly. "Why?" "Because if Laurie sees me talking with you, she'll know I'm behind whatever it is that we're planning," she answers with a wink. "Got it," I agree. "Thanks." "Don't thank me yet," she laughs. "She's a stubborn one, and we've got to work some magic." Right as I turn to leave, Laurie walks into the cafe. "Wow, looky who the cat dragged in," Trudy greets Laurie when she's only a few feet away. Laurie looks back and forth between Trudy and me. "What the hell is going on?" "Nothing," Trudy denies. "Nothing, my ass," Laurie returns. "Your ex here was just telling me how he still loves you," Trudy says bluntly. Laurie yanks off her glasses and squints at me, clearly not happy with my tactics. "I need to talk to you," Laurie states, grabbing me firmly by the arm and yanking me toward the door. "Wow, that was easier than I thought," Trudy comments from behind us as Laurie pushes me outside. "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" Laurie questions once we're standing by the curb. "Why the hell would Trudy think you're my ex?" "Because I am," I say when a few people pass us by on the sidewalk. "And I still love you." Laurie looks away for a few seconds. "What the fuck?" she says, eerily calm. "It works," I share. "It works to getting everyone to believe why we need to do what we're doing." "I didn't agree," Laurie returns heatedly. "I know, but this is the only way," I counter. "Care to explain?" she asks, crossing her arms. "You and I know that you can't just leave for several different reasons, aside from the fact that the director would block you from even trying it. The director's got the ability to seize control of all of your money and block you from exiting the state, let alone the whole country. He'd give orders for Becky, Bob, Paul, and I to keep you here, regardless if you're willing or not," I state. It's in your best interest to work with me. I don't care if you want to work with the agency or my partner. Just work with me. Even if I humored the idea, working with you would be just the same as working with the agency, she returns. I'm trying to make this a win-win for both of us, I add. No, she objects. You're trying to make this a win for yourself so you can possibly be recognized for bringing in someone. Please, Laurie, I beg. It will work, and I promise you that we'll minimize your involvement as much as possible as we watch our target from a distance. Ha! She scoffs. I'm one of the good guys. I promise, I add. I've heard empty promises and empty threats from both sides. I don't care if you're one of the good guys or not, Laurie replies. You all manipulate regardless. I can explain, but not here. I swear, I'll tell you everything when we get the chance to be alone, I reveal honestly. What makes you think we'll ever be alone, she says snidely. Because I will get you to agree to doing things my way, I return sternly. It's in your best interest. I'll show you. She laughs at me. Right when her head tilts to see past my shoulder, I glance back to catch what's got her attention. Trudy is watching us from the window. Recognizing this as an opportunity to get the gears turning, I step in, take Laurie's face with my hands, and kiss her. Laurie doesn't move for several beats as I press more firmly against her lips and take another step closer. Suddenly, the sting of her slap wakes me from the haze my body fell into from our embrace. What the fuck? She shouts at me. Laurie turns and walks into the cafe as I stand motionless. I laugh to myself when I realize that the dogs didn't lunge in attack mode. The faint taste of her still lingers on my mouth. I take a controlled breath in, needing to settle myself and my arousal. Making my way to the truck, I zone out, allowing the thoughts of kissing her again to tease me. This is the end of this chapter. Thank you for listening. I hope you're enjoying the story so far. To read the full, unabridged version, you can find a link in the description below. To find out about new releases before the general public, be sure to subscribe to my newsletter. You'll find a link in the description as well. Also, to be notified when the next chapter is published, make sure you subscribe to my channel.